In this video, we will discuss dealing with surfaces within SolidWorks simulations by assigning thicknesses to them. Here we have our model, which is made of surfaces with no thickness. However, we're giving a thickness of 0.2 inches going outward to assign to the model. So we'll see how we can do that. First though, we are asked to assign the material Aluminium 1060 alloy to the model. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Now we have the material applied, we can assign the thickness directly from inside the simulation study. So let's go ahead and do that. So here in my simulation tab, I will click new study and then have a new study started. And once we're here in simulations, the first thing we can note is in the simulation tree, we have the surface, which is the name of the file, and it says thickness not defined. And then we have the material. Another thing we will note is this icon in the beginning indicating that our model is a surface. To assign the thickness, I can right click here and then select Edit Definition. And then here in the thickness, and the thickness should be 0.2 inches. So I will change the unit to inches first and then type in 0.2. And this will show us a preview. In the problem statement, we want the thickness to go outward of the model. So here in the offset menu, I can select this option here that says bottom surface. So if I click on that, I will notice that here is my original model, and then here is the thickness of the surface, which goes outward of the model, which is what we really want. In this video, we will not discuss the difference between the thin and thick options, so I will keep my type as thin and then click on the green check mark. And now we notice the name of the file is surface 001, and then we have the thickness listed here as 0.2 inches. So this was one way of assigning the thickness. In some other instances, we might have multiple surfaces in our model, and this will give us multiple entries here on the tree. When that is the case, I can right click and select Shell Manager instead. And what this will do is it will list all the surfaces in a table, and I can use that table to quickly assign thicknesses, materials, and so on to the different surfaces, which will make them into shells. But in this case here, we only have one, so it doesn't really matter if we go this way or if we edit the definition for that one surface. And by this, we have assigned a thickness to our surface model, making the software treating it as a shell. Here are a couple of key points to note. One is that once we assign the thickness, the model will be treated as a shell model. And the second point is that even after we apply the thickness, the model in the canvas will show as a shell or sheet with no thickness. And by this, we can conclude this video on assigning thicknesses to surfaces.